Hi, I'm Mark Beck.
And I'm Stephanie Thompson.
And I'm Megan Solis. We're coming to you from Sunset Plaza here in Kalispell, Montana.
And this is Selling Montana, a podcast about real estate, business, and entrepreneurship. And we have our esteemed guest, Mr. Miles Terry from Ron Terry Homes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, I'm excited to be here.
You sound not so excited, but you should be.
I got a correction to make already. It's given we used to be Ron Terry Construction, but now it's Terry Homes.
It's Terry Homes. I know.
Okay.
Well, I met your dad, and then I just automatically just put Ron. I just threw it in there.
You should try to go to a bar with him. Like, he pull out his ID, and people are like, "You're Ron Terry, like, the Ron,
the
Terry?
guy."
Like, you built my home.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Closing today, and the lender sitting next to me, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna live right down the road from you," and then I could be like, "We probably built your home.
Yeah.
Do you like it?"
Do you like it?
When you do have exciting news today, because
I'm purchasing one of the townhomes that one side of it that we built in 2004.
That's
Very
awesome.
awesome.
So, and that's your first home, right?
Oh yes, yeah.
Bought your first home.
Woohoo! That's huge.
Oh.
I'm trying to use the buttons more.
Oh my gosh. Just don't use the button that starts with a T, otherwise we get
I won't,
spammed on YouTube.
Yeah.
Election year.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, the you're fired.
There's
one.
the you're fired
yes.
button. Yeah.
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 YouTube doesn't like the
That
I
voice.
said, Rosie, you're fired.
They picked up on that real fast.
Yeah, totally. Well, congratulations,
Yeah, that's
Miles.
super
That's a
exciting.
huge deal.
It is, yeah. No, it's exciting. You know, homes are a great way to build an investment in your future, and to sit there and think like, all right, well now if I ever get old and need to pay for a retirement home,
Yeah.
I'll be able to sell it.
There you go.
That's how I'd be able to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Think long term for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. That's huge.
And you know what that says about you? You buy your own product.
I wish it was a new
Oh,
home. I really
yeah.
wish it was a new home. I know what
It's-
we're putting into those now versus
Yeah.
the rollout laminates or vinyls from 2004. So there's quite a bit in there. We have already upgraded the floor to the SPC though.
It's
for some of it.
yeah.
Was this one publicly listed?
No.
Oh, okay.
I purchased it from Terry Rentals.
Oh, very cool.
So it was
Okay.
kind of
Awesome.
easy just to go find out about it.
Yeah.
Very
for sure.
good. Good
Nice.
for you.
off market deal.
Yeah, totally.
We're always looking for those.
Always looking for those.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is a good product, and it's been around for a couple decades.
They each get tested.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
So tell us how it started in the Valley.
So Terry Homes, or formerly Ron Terry Construction. Well, it started back, and I guess I'll go way back in history. My dad and mom were over in Minnesota where he was being a framer. And I think she was getting her doctorate, which is clinical
Holy moly.
psychology.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, he was framing down there and, police academy, riding around with the cops. And he's like, maybe this career choice isn't for me. So then he decided to go back up to his hometown of Missoula, where he began building his first house, which my uncle lives in to this date.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
cool.
And then it kept going. We had a cabin on Placid Lake. It's now been in our family for 80 years. It started as a two trailers that were kind of put together.
That's awesome.
And then he built the roof on it, framed up some walls. But then in the Flathead Valley, that's where it gets more interesting.
Yeah.
So he needed a house to live. This is in the same community where I just bought a house.
Oh, that's
And,
awesome.
Cool.
Well, he had to get a loan from his grandparents, or my grandparents, his parents, to help pay down for the cost of it. You can imagine back then a $40,000 amount, still a lot,
Yeah.
not the same for today.
Yeah.
And started building it. As he was building it, somebody came by and it's like, I want to buy that. Like,
Yeah.
let me buy that. Can I buy that? So we sold it, started construction on another one. We're still living in a rental. I wasn't born yet. And
awesome.
that's kind of where we started, was building homes, trying to build ourselves a house.
And then they just kept
Gotcha.
selling out from under you. That's
That's
a
amazing.
good problem to have.
Yeah.
So are you like a fourth generation, fifth generation
I'm
Montana?
a fourth generation Montanan. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Very cool.
Born and raised in Kalispell, Montana, up at the hospital on the hill from here.
Yeah.
Very
Cool.
good. Awesome.
Yeah, I figured when I heard 80 years on,
Yeah.
That's awesome. Heck yeah. So how many homes a year do you guys build now?
We try to hit a goal mark between 40 and 60 homes.
That's amazing.
That's a lot.
40 is kind of our sweet spot.
Yeah.
If we do any more than that, it really starts to, we have to look for different trades. We have to make sure that they're equipped, that they're planning ahead for it.
Yeah.
It's possible. Like if the market
That's
supports
amazing.
it,
Yeah.
we can grow and do it.
Most of your subs have been with you forever, right?
A lot of them have.
That's amazing.
The framers that we have in Hidden Buck right now, they've been framing for us for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
The excavator, Russ Gildrich with Northwest Excavation, has been with us for over 20.
Wow.
Same with, say, Heat and Electric, who won Best of Flathead last year for
They're awesome.
electrical installers. They've been with us forever, and so is McCrory Heating and Cooling.
Awesome.
Also a winner of Best of the Flathead, so it's kind of entertaining.
Yeah, very good.
So there's some talk about the trade. The trades are kind of aging out, and there was when I was at the Builders Association with you last night, that was being said that putting money into education to get people to get into the trades. What's your opinion on that? Are you going to be able to save the trades? Are we going to have home builders and subcontractors in the next 10, 20 years?
Even 10 years is a scary question.
Yeah.
We do see younger trades entering into it. We've seen, framing crews of people that I went to high school with. A lot of electricians, Heat and Electric does a great job at this, where they bring in a younger trade, pair them with older guys, and that's how they kind of train and build up their experience. A lot of trade industries, say if you're plumbers, to be able to get up to a master plumber, you have to be doing it for years. And we already have a shortage. So it's looking forward. It's going to be about 10 years.
Right.
At least from what I was hearing from the National Building Association. So that's
scary. Especially when we're already dealing with a housing shortage.
That's exactly it. We have no inventory. They're not building it, and now we're not going to have people to build it. So that's kind of like a question. What do you think is deterring younger people from getting into the trades? Is it money? Is there not enough money in it? Because
let me put it this way. When I was going to high school at Flathead High, the teacher used to tell me, go to college if you want to make anything in your life.
Yeah.
And as somebody that, grew up working in trades, doing that on the summers, it's sitting there, it's like, I know dang well that they can make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah.
So that's just a hard one.
Do you ever listen to Dave Ramsey at all?
Yeah.
Dave Ramsey had an awesome interview with a guy who had a $7 million a year HVAC company. He's doing $7 million a year. How much is, and he says, so, and he got the same advice. My teachers told me to go to college. And he's like, I went to trade school. And then he built an HVAC company.
Yeah.
How much the percentage of outperforming a teacher's salary, right? That you could do in the trades. Like teachers shouldn't be teaching kids this stuff, in my opinion. Teachers don't know how to make money. Like that's why they're on a salary. Nothing against teachers, but I wouldn't go to them for business advice.
Oh, you're not making friends.
I'm not making friends, but it's bad advice because we need more tradespeople. So if you're trying to push everyone into education or academia, that's a bad call. We need tradespeople, and we need them to be working and making a really good living doing
I think that, they're trying to, I think this is going to be a great thing if they can bring it to the Valley, but truly School District 5 is trying to figure out a way to bring the trades in more and have more of kind of what the student build does. So more on-job training, and you get credit for it, school credit for it. They're trying to do that with more of the trades. They want to bring that into the schools. Yeah. That's the way to go, I think. But I get what you're saying. But I think that we need more programs for kids.
want to see competitions for students. How quickly can you do this? They've never done it before. All right, you get to spray foam this wall. See if you can do it.
Oh my God.
It's a good idea. How do you get them involved? I mean, there's liability obviously from having kids on a construction site, but is there internship opportunity?
We've taken on, 18-year-olds roughly about every couple of years into the running position. Trained quite a few people how to back up a trailer. Really depending on the role that they need to do. It can grow, it can shrink. Like right now, we have an ad out for a general laborer. I started even in that position, which years ago, but they need to know how to back up a trailer.
Even that in itself is, is a feat.
I mean, reading a tape measure, I think in college I took an interior design class and we had a quiz on how to read a tape measure. The amount of people that didn't know how,
Oh, I bet.
it's
that
really true.
shocked me. So I guess
It-
it is
It's
what it
true.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, if there isn't a computer to do it for you, then people are kind of lost.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
Yeah. I keep a tape measure with me, and it's surprising how many clients don't know how to read it. They're like, I'll just pull out the app on my phone. Like, no.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
I
real.
don't even know how to use the app on my phone.
I just
Actually, I'm the opposite.
learned because
And-
one of my clients refused to use the tape measure.
To be fair, I have a laser, which I
Yeah.
think is super cool.
Yeah.
Like to just be able
That
to just
is, and you
shoot
get
the rooms really fast and you can
accuracy.
tell
Yeah.
them.
Totally.
Yeah.
We have plans where they're, down to the quarter inch or
Yeah.
half an inch or 16th. So we know the kind of the measurement that it is. But it's in the field. That's where the tape measure becomes more relevant in our industry, at least on the building of homes.
Yeah.
So that's something different. That's a tricky one. And I saw like the king size bed on the Hidden Buck Meadows house, or large bed there.
Yeah.
We were talking about that this morning, and I was like, I need to send our drafter through that home so that she can realize, like, hey, like that's a good sized bedroom.
Yeah,
right.
She's always wanting to make bedrooms bigger.
Yeah.
I love
Probably
the
hard
line.
to like envision how big
Yeah.
the room is going to be and what's going to fit.
I love the line. When I was 4 years old, that bedroom was gigantic.
That's true.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's hard. I mean, designing
Yeah.
a house,
Yeah.
trying to make it make sense, trying to make it affordable, make it
Right.
attainable.
Yeah.
Designing a house is like I designed one, built one, and then you walk through it and you're like, this is not what I
Yeah.
thought it was going to look like.
Yeah.
Like that's a skill to be able to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
It happens. I mean, we're doing it all the time now. If we're starting a new community, we're going to have 2 or 3 different townhome designs. We've finished 1 for that community so far.
Wow.
It'll be the first 5 homes that we build, but we're planning on having 3 other designs just for the start of that community because the different elevations require different
Yeah.
home
sure.
plans. We spend a lot of time looking at floor plans, looking at electrical plans, trying to make sure that it works.
It's crazy. Real estate in general, you have to really plan for the future. Like you can't just be like, oh, I've got this going on right now. Like you have to have stuff in the pipeline. But I didn't realize until last night when I was talking to you, like how you're like, I'm planning for 4 years out so that we make sure we don't run out of land. I was like,
Yeah.
oh
that's
my
crazy.
gosh,
Our goal is 5. Our goal
that's
is 5.
insane. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
wow.
Valley Vista Properties is a full-service property management company located in Kalispell, Montana. We manage long-term residential rentals, short-term and vacation rentals, commercial property, and homeowners associations. Our service area includes the greater Kalispell area, including Whitefish, Columbia Falls, Big Fork, Lakeside, Summers, and Kyla. Our owners have a combined 50 years of experience in property management, including a licensed real estate attorney and an IREM accredited residential manager. We're currently growing our portfolio in the Flathead Valley, and we would love the opportunity to serve you.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize about business. You actually have to be able to see into the future and say, okay, is it going to go this way or is it going to go this way? And
If we ran out of land, there's something we could do, and that's the build on your lots. Doesn't match with our business model and how it works now.
Exactly.
But we have to turn away a lot of business for build on your
I
lots.
bet. Yeah.
right.
It's
Yeah.
usually
Right.
a couple leads for it a month. But,
Wow.
Do you think that there's a possibility of running out of land the way that you do it currently?
it's happened in the past. We've got
Wow.
probably 10 years worth of land.
Okay.
However, we've only got, by the end of this year, we'll have less than 40 single family lots.
Oh, wow.
Until
Oh,
we
okay.
get through the first phase of the Mountain View subdivision.
Sure.
Because those are only townhomes and quadplexes and triplexes.
Yeah.
So keeping that breadth of product, having, single family homes, duplexes and or townhomes, and then introducing the quadplex and triplexes into the valley, that's going to be a new one for us.
Yeah. Those are long time needed. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a ton of apartment complexes being built. I think now they're going to be oversaturated, and people would rather live in a duplex or anything with a garage. If it doesn't have a
Yeah.
garage, it's
Yeah.
really tough to lease.
But the fourplexes will, right?
They will.
They'll have their own. I think that people are, there's been a couple that have been built in the valley so far. Like you guys are definitely up there with the first, but there's a couple, and I think they've been received really well. Like people actually really like them, and they go fast when they come back up on the market. So
They're designed well. I mean, I've been tracking them over in Bozeman, and they're looking cool over there.
yeah,
There's more for us to learn. Like right now, I'm looking at for the partitioning walls between them, whether we're doing a metal wall there to increase the fire rating, or doing the traditional style stick and brick or stick and lumber to fire rate that wall. So it's
they did. I live in a duplex right now, and we watched it get built, and they did glass in between.
I thought I remembered you saying
yeah,
something about
they did glass in between, but it's crazy. We cannot hear. I know that that's not the purpose. They said it was for fire. We asked them, like, why are you doing that? And it was a construction company out of Hawaii. And there were several things that were like, what? But they said that they were doing it for firewall code. But I'd never seen that.
There's plenty of different ways to do it. Detailing it out on the print, coordinating it with your trades, making sure that everybody knows what they need to do, how to do it, and that while the city department, the codes, they like it and that it makes sense to do it.
Yeah.
And then you got to look at, okay, how can it be done affordably?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a managerial feat to make that happen, to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome that everything that you're bringing to the table is really, I feel, servicing the locals and
as far as
the
affordability
service industry and all that, and that's what we need.
Yeah.
We have a niche in the market.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Definitely.
It's we've been doing it since 1994. Our goal is to provide affordable, quality homes. There are always things. Say if we were talking about the Ring doorbell cameras.
Oh my gosh, I had to ask about
that. We got to stay up on it.
Yeah.
Say if insurance providers are going to start, cutting premiums for if they have a Ring doorbell camera.
Oh, yeah.
We need to make sure that we can accommodate for that much easier.
I had to text Miles the other day because we're closing one together, and my client reached out to me and said, hey, they're going to deduct a huge portion of my premium if it's wired that I can put up a Ring doorbell right away.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's very interesting. But
That
makes
is
sense,
that
though.
is new.
Yeah. That's I've never
home-
heard
like,
it.
Never
for-
heard that.
But
for
I
home theft.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that totally makes
Yep.
sense.
for all around safety.
We can do it. We need to get
Yeah.
a different transformer for the doorbells, and then
So crazy.
I mean, the wire can handle the higher amounts, so it's more of an expensive transformer. So it really needs to be on every home loan that needs to get insurance. Then
Right.
where it makes sense to where we'll be okay. Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's, since we're talking about affordability, let's talk about Hidden Buck, because that is a incredibly affordable subdivision to buy in, and it's your new one now that we're representing you on for the single level townhomes.
I love it. We spent quite a bit of time. There's different versions of the Hidden Buck Meadows floor plans out there. I'm sure you guys can see them. And we've gone through different versions, different renditions. Fun fact on the Hidden Buck is we were planning to start it about 5 years ago.
Really? Huh.
However, there was a leak in the sewer system that they could not find. So they checked every single junction. Had to dig everything up, check them, pressure test, look for the leak. They found it where it was meeting the city. So they go through and check every junction to finally get it 4 years later.
Oh, 4 years. Wow.
Oh my
We
gosh.
ended up having to buy people out of agreements. We had a couple homes sold in there preemptively.
Jeez.
And then weren't you waiting on transformers too for a minute in that?
That was in Eagle Valley Ranch.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Luckily,
that one.
we had we had them for Hidden Buck, and they're in for Mountain View
Nice.
and benches. But
Yeah.
cross the fingers.
Yeah.
Hidden Buck's great. The single level townhomes out there, if you notice, when we're designing those, we look for affordability. So any additional bump out on a foundation wall adds way too much cost.
Oh, wow.
Also can make the house more attractive. And you'll see in Eagle Valley Ranch, we actually have a single family version of the Zoe floor plan. It's
Yes.
Yeah.
couple feet bigger. We changed the roof truss design, you know, add some exterior accents. But ultimately, it's a rectangle. Rectangles and squares, they're an easy way to help make things affordable.
Yeah. Makes
Totally.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although not always gorgeous. But that's
I thought that when I was showing one up there, I was like, wait, this feels like the same living room as the Zoe
As the
floor
Zoe,
plan. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's 10 feet wider on the
Okay.
living room area, like
Okay.
8 or 7 feet wider on the dining room area. Yeah, there's differences on them.
Very cool.
But
Very cool.
Yeah. Is there anything coming up that we can know about? Anything that you can talk about that's in the future?
I've hinted to it a couple times already during the podcast, and that would be the Mountain View subdivision.
Okay.
Okay. That will be coming in the future. Do I have a date for when? No. Are we slotting a temporary framing start date? Yes. Do we have a plan drawn up, ready to submit to the city? Yes. Are we waiting on final plat? Yes. But that's going to be a massive
It's gonna be huge.
undertaking
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love the
bird's in for
location.
it. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to do one social media post, and I wanted to make sure it was a crappy day. Well, I mean, if people look at it and they see it now and it's too early, we'll just get calls about it. And it's like, you know, we don't have
Yeah.
Oh,
answers
yeah.
for how much it's going to cost.
Yeah.
We don't have
No.
answers
Right.
for when we're going to be able to start it.
Yeah.
We've learned lessons in the past about, you know,
Yeah.
releasing
Putting something
communities
out
ahead
there
of
and
time.
then-
Information
Yeah.
too soon. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Totally.
We've learned that as well.
But I'm more than excited for it.
Yeah.
We're working with Montana Sky Networks even earlier this week to coordinate getting the fiber optics in for the community. So it's
Awesome.
It's exciting.
Plug it along. Yeah. We'll keep all of our fingers and toes crossed. Awesome. Well, congratulations. You got a
Yes.
huge
Congratulations.
you'll see hidden bucks starting to pick up as well.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
We
Yep.
have, I believe you'll see across the street from your current listing
Mhm.
and then even the one next door.
Awesome.
We're getting them all in the works. Now we got a phase, like if depending on how the market's doing, we can bring another framer in.
Oh, cool.
If
Yeah.
not, it's going to take us about 30 days per townhome
Yeah.
to frame. We can't be framing right next to it while we're putting in a foundation.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Oh.
why we're jumping across the streets.
Yeah, that's smart. Mm-hmm.
But we can get ahead of that as well.
Yeah.
So it's,
Sure.
if you guys have any inclination on how the real estate market's going to do, especially in that
I-
community.
I've got a
Get
pretty
the
good
I
inclination.
think at the price point.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's gonna-
at that price point. But I was like looking at numbers last year, and we were kind of talking as a group last week, and I feel like we're all busier now than we were last
Oh,
year at this
yeah.
time for
We're-
sure.
yeah.
Like
we're
double.
Far ahead.
Yeah,
of where we
far
were
ahead.
last year.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. The numbers we're probably looking at over double the production that I did last year,
Yeah,
just from based on this
for
quarter.
sure.
It's tricky. In home building, things feel like they go in cycles.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
very true.
Yeah.
Best thing is an even flow.
Correct.
Yeah.
You never get it.
Yeah,
No.
And just
But
when you
Unfortunately
think you
not.
got it figured out, it
I
changes
do-
again.
Yeah.
I do think the government has its arm behind its back with rates. I don't think they can do anything other than start to pull them back.
Yeah.
They may hold them, but I don't think they're going to raise them at all.
I think what was their line? They're trying to reduce inflation while creating a balanced economy.
Correct.
And
Doing a great job.
You're fired.
where's that button?
I know.
No, they got a
Don't
tricky
do
job. They have a hard job.
Well, it's been a real pleasure having you on the show.
Yes.
And we look forward to having you back and look forward to hearing about all the new subdivisions that you're creating. And your family is doing an incredible job at creating
Yeah.
housing in the Valley. And that's
Affordable
really
housing.
affordable
Yeah.
homes. Exactly.
And
That's,
with a really amazing reputation too
Mhm.
for a good product. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
yeah. And
You
that,
know, it's the
100%.
funnest thing to get customers that come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we've had quite a few even in the last couple years that, are purchasing a second home from us, purchasing a third home from us.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's awesome.
Those are the most rewarding things you can get.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that is. It means a lot. So, Well, we'll put links in the descriptions and for sales opportunities for Hidden Buck. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. We would love to increase our viewership. And if you'd like to be on the show, please reach out to us as well.